Hello, welcome to my Sunday front. Thank you for joining me today. Today, it will just be a regular podcast. Today I have an advent calendar that I'll be munching on some tea, but I wanted to speak on some hot topics that I heard that I liked and I want to talk about. I found this advent calendar on sale. I just wanted to pick at it. It says divine. I got a heart. About dating. How do you properly woo somebody? How do you win somebody over? How do you seduce somebody into your life? Ooh, dark chocolate. And how do you attract somebody into your life? How do you get somebody to want you back? The fact that, you're pursuing somebody, and they always bring up, should women be the ones to talk to a man? And that gets shot down a lot. They're like, whoa, who are you? Where do you come from? You don't have status. You're just a female, And I think love comes in many different ways, and I don't necessarily believe that, it's gonna come just one way. And to be said about bachelors, I think you don't want to go out and say, hey, I met this stripper at a strip club. You don't want to be questioned about how you could possibly, find value. People shouldn't just be passed around. You should take life more seriously. But the fact of the matter is that people don't. Do they expect the same things? I can guess that they demand them. It's like they order love, Some people, they're so shallow for money that it's like a commodity to be in a relationship. It's not an actual part of their life. It's part of their hustle. It's a part of their grift. How would you take that person seriously enough to bring them in, into your home, into your personal space? The world you're dipping, diving, swinging into, this isn't the same world that a married man lives. So, what our expectations as our expectations as gender is different, just as gender roles can be different in various cases, and a lot of people automatically dismiss the conversation, but in my opinion, it's being wiped out of how do you say, possible topics, to discuss. The same thing. What would the perfect scenario be for an individual to be able to just, get the couple life they deserve, or, and maybe it's because there's so much judgment that you just want to right away just cut this guy off, cut this woman off, because they just bring up like different things, like this guy is not a boss, he's not an entrepreneur, he doesn't own nothing. This girl, she's radical conservative. She wears too much makeup, and she's always at the club. They just want to bring up hurtful things because they don't want people to succeed, because they don't value these things in life, such as relationships, such as marriage, such as dating. We all come from different walks of life. You don't, you can't just say, hey, you know what, that person's married, they got all the answers, because 9 times out of 10 they don't, and 10 times out of 10 they're looking for some. So just know where you get your information from is important. Check it out. Don't invest until you can get some details, I guess. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Just about dating, and about successful networking. Let's see. Oh, about marriage life. There's a lot of cap about marriage life. Like, there's so much cap. Like, there's this one particular subject like that. I'd say by now it's like, why aren't we talking about this? Like, the fact that one person in the relationship can be considered worth above another human being, the term high value man, where it's turned into this objectifying scenario, to where a man can just be a sexual object, where a man can just be like this caveman, madman, narcissist, that just dictates and how do you say, just defines ever so narrowly and ever so cleverly what happens in the home, and then the female is supposedly gonna have like this status, gonna have this whole respectable image in society, this place, this place card in the elite societies, right? Just in the spotlight because she's with her knight in shining armor and he's with her and several other women. This isn't a real, this is nowhere where anybody wants to be. This is not something that, I don't care where you are in life, like, if you were to put actual human beings in this scenario, like, both of them would be repulsed of each other for even trying it. Like, the guy would not respect the woman for having a lack of, how do you say that, a lack of empathy, like, he's over here fending for himself in the nature like a hungry lion, and she's over here maintaining a beautiful home, a beautiful house, not a home, and being ostracized, being how do you say it? Molded and puppeteered almost. I have no sugar-coated way of saying that, because it's true. You don't want a puppet master for a husband. You want a real man. You want a man that's gonna be available. You want a man that's gonna want you back, whenever you need that attention, any kind of attention. You need the commitment on both ends that you're gonna always do what's best for each other, no matter what. Like, she can't just sit there and just take orders, because she's a person and she's gonna make sure that house runs properly. And men should understand, that she has a part, plays a role, and in the future, come time, will provide, the nurturing part of the family, matriarch. As a man, he will, bend and bow, because that's what his family needs. This world is nuts. If you think being available to the masses, to be a showman of the male gender is something classy, if you think that being some playboy on a yacht with expensive gold bracelets, and his wife is over here scrubbing the floor on her hands and knees, like, if you think that's classy, you need to go and reach into your brain and adjust some things, because this isn't reality. Reality is when you have this woman in your arms that's, that's attractive, that's beautiful inside and glowing from the outside, because she really cares about you. You should, you should feel like this deep passion for your family. You should feel like this deep need to bring and add value to your relationship as a man. You should, provide the atmosphere in which she can, do her thing in her environment as a female. The feminine aspect of a family unit as a matriarch, she can go ahead and use that space and beautify it to the point where you are proud. You're proud of your family unit, and she needs to be respected. She needs to be dignified. I think as a female myself, I don't want to be ousted from my home and just turn into this staff-run household, to the point where I'm being told by my staff, where he's at and what he needs, for me to be, not in his way, or say, his friends just think that I'm like this circus clown that just puts on makeup because I need to give him kicks and giggles, when he feels like he wants, a hearty laugh. And, I don't think that's reasonable. I think people who want to live like that are kind of, just kind of batty. I don't really believe that. It's nothing but hot air and bull crap. So, if you're signing up for, deliberately looking for that type of opportunity and view yourself as wanting to be a part of that world, you're really just wasting your time, because you can just you can just be a loser by just, changing a few positive things in your life and being less productive and proactive at it in the first place. I think not all men see life that easy. And I think that most men are more realistic, but to some people, they're not, you know, really thinking about things that they're hearing. And, you know, the general public, you know, they're fully and thoroughly entertained by these things, you know, these perspectives. And I hope in the future they're not projected into the future, because that demeans the people of the society, you know. And I think we should value ourselves, respect ourselves, and love each other as human beings in this world, and not cast each other out by gender or anything like that, you know. Because, like, you know, if you're just gonna accept that high value men or men in general are just some type of creature, this thirsty creature that lurks about women's, you know, you know, how do you say, party girl lifestyle, like, you know, wherever the party's at, like those type of girls, like if you're just lurking around those women, you know, I just don't see how you would value a relationship, because, you know, pickup artists don't. That's why they're called pickup artists, because they just pick up, you know, what other men don't. But, you know, I guess that goes for, you know, both sides of the story. And so it is what it is. Thank you for joining me today. I had a really good time. These chocolates were amazing, and of course I love tea. But I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Bye.